Good morning, folks. Well, the car's almost here. It's on the recovery truck, and we're just going to do a bit of car shuffling to put it in position. I cannot wait to get started, to be honest with you. So in a few minutes you'll see the car. And here she is. What an absolute pain that was. I think there's absolutely no fuel in that tank whatsoever. That I was meant to be filming from the front here and back to the driveway. I was hoping to give you a video of the car actually running into the driveway. Unfortunately, we had so many issues with the battery, and then the immobilizer stuck on, and then the fact that there's just no fuel in the damn thing. It was a right pain, but she's here on this rubbish battery. I'm really pleased she's here, and we've got all the equipment here to start sorting some things out. I might keep this moss effect for now because it looks nice, but she's here, and God, she looks actually really good. Now it's on a sunny day. Now apparently I've been told that this is a missing washer, so I'll sort that out. I don't know why it's been removed, but I will find out why. It could be due to something due to the Petron system, because the Petron unit controls the front washers and the rear washer motor, because there's two motors on the bottle. But it could also be the fact it's been nicked, so we'll go over that at some point. But honestly, it is relatively dent free. I mean, if you come over to this side, that's just the truck going off. There is just very little to actually speak about on this, so hopefully I can sort more of it out. The first thing I can do is actually show you that it actually works. The central locking does work. Oh, come on. This finger of mine is really sensitive to reconnect it. Oh, blooming error. 2 seconds. Right, that is now reconnected. Right, let's get in the car and I can actually turn it over. If I can get the ignition straight on, that would be great. 2 sets of keys. Yep. See, this one here is completely broken. I'm going to change the case, so I'm going to put that in. It's in park. Just make sure it's in the park. God, this seat is far back. It just gives me something like that better. Good grief, I can breathe now. Right, so if we can try. Oh, for God's sake. Yep, 2 seconds. Right. Now that's green, and yeah, it doesn't want to play ball, this thing. Okay, so we're going to have to do some battery connections. I was going to try and show you it running, but we're going to have to do some cleaning first. Right, I've given up with that thing. I think we've got some poor earth connections. I mean, I'm sticking it on there, and my jump pack is not having any of it. So we're going to do a battery test on this once I've disconnected. So we'll disconnect the battery and do a battery test on it, because that is goosed as far as I'm concerned. But it runs. It does run. Not very well. It's just limping home on literally dry remnants of the old E5 unleaded fuel, not super unleaded, the pre E10 fuel. It's just really dirty under here. I am going to have to do a lot of work, and I can't wait to get started. It is literally just covered in cobwebs. The first thing I'm going to have to do is that battery. Secondly, today we are going to drain the engine oil. We are going to drain the coolant. I actually will show you if I can get this. Oh Jesus, can't even get this off today. That's it. Right. Now you see, you can already see the bubbles, can't you? The camera's not really focused in, but it's not good. So that will be done. So we're going to do a really good flush out of the system to start preparing it for a new head gasket. That is as far as I can do. I could stick a new battery on it, but I'm kind of wary about the Petron system and if it is actually functioning. But as far as I'm concerned, if the central locking works, which I know it does because it was operating very nicely just now, when I pulled onto the driveway it actually self-locked, which is how they're supposed to operate, after like 4 or 5 miles an hour. So I'm kind of thinking it's not in a bad state, but we'll go from here and see what it does. Before we start working on the car, I actually want to take you around it just to show you again some of the faults. So starting with the door handle, that's not good, but it's not the worst one. This one is completely goosed. That's completely goosed. Vent's good, not good, broken. Apparently the Audi TT ones are very similar to these, but I'm going to get a pair of these. I don't know if all these are the same size. Could anybody let me know if these are the same size, or I'm not buying getting specific ones to the middle? I didn't test this, which is, I should have really tested that, the climate control, but we'll come to this electrical stuff as we're going along. My main aim to start is always start at the battery. Good battery, clean earths, which is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be trying to find the earths, and we start from there, because I do not want to be saying, oh well, it's the Petron unit, it's failed, as it usually does with the relays, when it could be a bad earth, because I don't really want to have to take the whole center console out to get to it, because this is where it is, and it's a right faff. I don't really want to be doing that, but it is what it is. I am going to be giving it a clean, getting rid of this stupid stuff, but it all functions perfectly fine. And I believe these are non-heated leather seats. I think you only got them on the saloons. Again, correct me if I'm wrong on that one. Headlining, that's got to come out, and I'm going to have to look at the rear washer piping. I don't know why the rear washer is missing, but you know, there is a reason for this. It may have just been stolen, but chances are no. But I'm going to need a new one. But that's really that at the moment. So I'll close the door. Oh, it does open. Oop. I've got to do a lot of degreasing to the catches and lubrication. The material is starting to just come away a little bit, but actually that's not bad. And there is evidence here that this was a dog car, which is amazing, because considering the state of the leather, there's just very many wrong. It's just this has come out. Oh, I think that just pops back in. It does. Just a bit loose, that's all. But considering that there's absolutely no rips and tears, and this is not very hot. I mean, this is vinyl at the back, and this leather feels almost like PU leather that you get on office chairs. PU leather being like a fake folks leather, really. It's not leather at all, but it does feel really not as good as Rover's as before. These seats are not as comfortable as the Rover 75 seats that they put in the early 45s. But again, there's not really much, come on camera, there's not really much to say. It's just the headlining, and that will come out, and I'll do a load of other bits. Now, there was one thing I did notice when I looked underneath the car, and I'm going to show you that now. Oh, I can't really see from this side. The tank straps are in good condition, but I think the fuel filler pipe is not looking as good. So I'll have a look at that. This is all just muddy. It just needs a clean. We did get the impression the brakes were slightly stuck on. That'd be the handbrake, so I'll make sure that that's not happening. But it's going to need a full treatment under here very soon. Coming down to this side, door handles are good on this side. That one is not a great colour match, but I think it needs polishing in. This one's been replaced as well. Now, my big debacle here is when we try to get the car in, I try to use this car to unlock the car to actually take the immobiliser off. Unfortunately, it didn't work, but it could have been because the battery had just decided to blow its connection, basically, with the jump starter pack there. This is the original one, it works. Now, you can see on the back here, 433 millihertz. That's the correct one. This one is not. It's 315. So surely that's not going to work. But why on earth has it come with the car? Look, that's the right key. That gets into the car. Yet that, I don't understand. There must have been some mix-up. So that means I'm going to have to get another key made up for it, which I didn't want to have to do, but it's with a Petron system. I don't want to take any risk, because if that fails, I'm in trouble. But we'll just see if it was a syncing error. I've got a feeling that maybe the case is 31, it says 315, but the inners may not be the same, because the service history said that a replacement key was sought. Now don't tell me it was that one, I hope not, but it's a coincidence that comes with the car. It's got the right key attached, and not being funny, it seems to ring true with the car's origins as well. Okay, but apart from that, it is simply, we are going to have to do a lot of digging on this car, and it may take some time, but I'm going to get cracking now. So my next episode will be of me starting work on draining the car and getting to the absolute basis of the car, flushing it out, dropping the gearbox oil. These are things that we have to do now. See you soon.